All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Walking Dead video leading up to what is, I guess, now the last episode for The Walking Dead Season 10, sort of, episode 15. We'll be doing our Preds, our video predictions for The Tower. Okay, so if you guys missed it earlier, we did our review already for episode 14. Look at the flowers for The Walking Dead Season 10. Another pretty good episode, so that makes episode 15 the last episode of the season, sort of. Who knows when we'll see the actual finale episode of The Walking Dead. I mean, I guess it could be as short as maybe in a few weeks to a month. It could be, 6 months. It could be a year. I mean, really, who knows at this time. Hopefully, we can get some kind of word from AMC pretty soon, maybe after episode 15 ends, of when we actually will get to see the finale episode air, whether or not they can do all that from home, whether or not, I don't know, they just have one person safely with all the gear on go in or something and do it. I don't know. There's a lot of things that go into this, and advertisements and the whole thing, and when they want to show it, business decisions of when they're going to actually premiere it, because everything is kind of in our world on hold right now. So as sad as it is, episode 15, this one coming up next weekend, will be our last episode, at least for a little while, and who knows, this could turn into actually a long while. Because, well, maybe we'll get into it more in the live stream later. I'm sure we probably will. You can't ignore it at this point. But, the TS19 spread is not slowing down. It's actually, speeding up, or it's spreading just as fast as ever, if not, since the beginning pretty much, or, almost as fast. Very, very fast. We can get into that later. I've done a number of videos on that already. It's unfortunate, but at some point, hopefully, we can start to taper that off and get that going back down in the right direction. But anybody who's kind of waiting for it to decline, we're still going up. So we're nowhere near that, range right now. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. So back to Walking Dead, episode 15. I'm still excited for it. The Tower episode. It looks awesome. And that's one thing about this back half. This back half of season 10 has been amazing, I think. It's, you could argue maybe it's one of the better halves of the season we've seen in the series. But, because of what's going on in the world outside of it, it has a huge effect, on how much people are enjoying the series. But I'm glad to see the ratings for episode 13 were actually up quite a bit with Michonne's last episode. And so you are having a lot of people enjoying Walking Dead right now, while we're all sort of quarantined off with not much else to do for a lot of people, unfortunately, but maybe stock up on supplies in real life, right? So the Tower, quote, this is the description: the communities prep for the final battle of the Whisperer War, while Eugene's group meets the princess. So we have those two kind of key things going on there. So you have the stuff with the princess, which is fun, and you can watch the next on video. AMC's got it. At time of filming this video, I've not yet seen the sneak peeks. I'll watch them later, and we'll discuss that maybe in the live stream or tomorrow, whenever we do our next Walking Dead video. So the two things going on. So you have Beta, who, as you can see from the preview here, has smashed down Alexandria with, it looks like, hardly any resistance. It looks like once they got the idea that Beta was coming with this mega herd, they abandoned ship. They do kind of zoom in on the sewer at one point there. So not sure if Daryl and the others are actually hiding in the sewer like they've done in the past before. Beta doesn't know about that tactic. He doesn't know about that as a location, I don't think. So maybe something like that we've seen them do in the past before, like with Carl, when Negan attacked and all that. That was a place for them to hide out and just be very quiet, given worst case scenarios, which it looks like we're about to see one of those, with Alexandria absolutely crushed by Beta and his super herd now. So so the next on, you see the Whispers. So they're just filled. The whole place is filled, right? All of Alexandria is just filled, full tilt, 100% by Beta and all of his guardians, all of the walkers. And then we do get to see that there are a good number of Whispers still there, and Beta does still have command of them. So when he goes in, he's brought the Whispers with him, and to very little resistance from Daryl and the others to try to actually hold down Alexandria. So I wouldn't expect to see any big battles at the gates or anything like that in this episode. It looks like Daryl and the others are pretty smart to know that that ain't gonna happen. You're not gonna hold down the fort. You basically have to abandon ship at this point. There's no way you're gonna be able to fight off that many of them. You just have to let it go, man. So that's it. So prepare the Guardians. You have Beta as he's up on the the episode's called The Tower. Now in the comic book, that was because there was a water tower, and I'll just tell you the comic book version because the comic book's over now. You have Gabriel, who was on the tower, and sees them coming, freaks out, goes to go down, and falls in the tower. And you have Beta, who comes by and basically kills him with the walkers on their way to Alexandria. Now, will we see something of that similar in the TV series? Probably. A lot of people are predicting that probably Scott will be the one for that, and I could definitely see that because I do think Gabriel will probably survive this. But, Gabriel's had a lot of time this last year or so as well, so I guess it's possible he could be killed off in kind of a similar fashion to how he was in the comics. It's also possible that they don't really do the same thing as far as that goes. We'll kind of want to see like that cool comic book moment of someone be killed by Beta on the tower or something like that, like falling down the ladder, something of the sorts like that. We probably will see something like it, whether it be the one in Alexandria that we can see him on in the next dawn, or the water tower outside of it on his way there. Either way, it looks Beta is very fearsome. He's very scary, very fearsome, and so I can't wait to see him just walk into Alexandria. That's going to be some awesome scenes and everything. And just see the group kind of scatter and be like, okay, shit, we're because they thought they had beaten the Whisperers, and now you have Beta who comes in, I'd say stronger than ever, or no more games. He just comes in full tilt with their nuke or their Omega weapon, and that's that. So. Oh goodness, man. So then we have the stuff so that looks awesome. The stuff with the princess also looks okay. I don't expect to see it resolved. I don't expect to see the stuff with the Whispers entirely resolved after. Maybe we'll see the final battle in episode 16 whenever that airs. Could you take on Beta as Daryl and the others? There is a promo picture of Daryl. He's kind of got the gear on. He's kind of seems like he's walking through maybe a herd or something. So is it to where Daryl will decide maybe he gets Negan and Aaron together or something, and they go into the herd and they look for Beta and they try to just take out Beta? Because if they do kill Beta, then the Whispers, at that point, with Negan's understanding of how it works, most likely you will see the Whispers disband, or at least without Beta there, they will probably disintegrate. So we can go into that more in the live stream and the Q&As for this last episode coming up here tonight and this week, guys. But that makes sense to me that we might see them try to assassinate Beta as well, because it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to take on full throttle all of that horde and everything by themselves. Like, it just doesn't feel right to me that they'd be able to do that. Maybe they can pull them away and have some kind of final battle with Beta. Maybe it'll be in episode 16 or season 11 whenever we see that, something like that, right? So, man, this is screwing up like everything, right? It's like, because the way they plan out the seasons is you kind of have a cap-off point at the end or a cliffhanger or something like that. And to get to see that like right after this episode, oh man, it really, really messes things up. Oh well, what can you do? It's what it is. Excuse me, if I wanted to attack, I'd hold the gun like this, and you have the princess who kind of holds it towards them, like, and they're probably gonna be like, oh shit, princess kind of crazy. So a little bit of levity with that, as Gimple has said in the past before. That makes sense to mix in a little bit of that, because Beta is so dark. To have a little bit of light with the princess is probably makes sense. It's probably a good idea. Yumiko, we've got way too many people counting on us back home, and they're pretty much going to need a new home now. Like, the hilltop is destroyed. The kingdom is long since destroyed in the TV series version, and now Alexandria is going to be totally overrun, or I would assume destroyed, or just kind of, wrecked in a way. Unless Beta just takes the herd and leaves, I guess, and then maybe they can go back there after or something. I'm not sure. But you've got Aaron and Alden, who are kind of like trying to avoid this super herd here. And then you've got Daryl. Eventually, I would think that will, probably at some point go against Beta. Maybe Negan can help him, and that could be kind of a cool fight to see things go down as far as that goes. But, that's about the best I can do for predictions. We'll probably see one or two more pretty major character deaths for the end of the season here. Well, I say major, but something, But then again, how's this whole thing going to work out with 16? Again, it's unfortunate, but it's going to be disjointed. I guess there's no way around it. That's my predictions for what I think we'll see happen in episode 15. It's going to be weird to see it end after 15, because that's not intentionally the point that they set the season to end at. So it might be an unintentional cliffhanger, or it might be just an unintentional lull or stop point when they probably set up the season to have 15 be a pretty big episode and then build into what would be 16. And now that it's not going to air, you have kind of a weird finish-off point at this time, and us just kind of being in hiatus until we get to see it. So that's what it is. Let me know what you guys think about episode 15. How much do you think it will entail? Do you think that I wouldn't think we'll see a final battle with Beta and Daryl in this episode? No, that's got to be 16 or next year, season 11, whenever that freaking airs. So let me know what you guys think. What are your predictions? Who do you think will be killed off in the tower or in this part of Beta? And his ocean of zombies, his tsunami of zombies, coming in and taking it down. Beta is pretty awesome, man. Is he a better villain than Alpha? I don't think so, but it's almost like he's kind of, it's almost like he's the true villain of the Whispers. Or, well, he's somebody that allowed Alpha to be Alpha, right? Without him there, she might not have been able to be Alpha. But with him by her side, you can see why everybody else in the Whispers fell in line absolutely. And I think there's the line in the song in episode 14 about how many people he had to kill for her, something like that. We can go back and look over that again. But, yeah, it really feels like... he was the Praetorian, I guess, for Alpha to do what she was doing. So still awesome. The Whispers are still a force to be reckoned with for sure. They're definitely not defeated yet. And maybe Daryl and the others possibly have celebrated too early, or Judith just thinking, like what she told Michonne, thinking that they had taken down the Whispers, and really all they did was maybe make them even more dangerous with Beta at the helm. That's it for this video, guys. We'll see you back in soon for the live stream tonight. I hope you guys will join me still with everything that's going on in the world. And if not, stay safe, guys. But if so, then great. Happy to have you, and I'll see you guys soon. It's Trev saying peace later, guys. See you soon.